Soon
Are we having a meeting?
Soon this will be over and you can eat your lunch.
Oh, are we ready? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. It's so great to see a full room here in the Frangipani and to welcome all of our guests, our visiting Rotarians, and our members both here and on Zoom. Welcome to this weekly celebration of service for the Bloomington Rotary Club. I'm your president, Sally Gaskill. Our theme for this year for Rotary International with Rotary International President Sheikh Armeda is Serve to Change Lives. And as we'll see today, Rotary is truly both a local and a global organization. It's primary day, be sure to vote. And now, Tim Jensen for our reflection.
You may be seated. A gentleman's gentleman, a churchman's churchman, a Rotarian's Rotarian. For the second time this year, I've had to adjust a reflection due to rapidly changing circumstances. The first time was to allow Alan Martindale to give his contest-winning speech before the club. Now it is my sad duty to reflect on the death of Ron Jensen, one of our most faithful and admirable Rotarians. The last service above self opportunity for Ron was to serve as a judge at the contest where Alan won. I asked him and he gladly accepted, and not knowing his physical conditions when I did, but he was glad to do it and arrived early as always and commended me later on the preparations. He was delighted to see Alan and declare him the winner, remarking on his growth and his family's contribution to our club through the years. To honor Ron is one difficult task, but I will try. I knew him before coming to Bloomington due to Presbyterian church connections. Then he urged, gently but firmly, me to consider Rotary as my club. He was a great advocate for this club and all its endeavors, but especially Teachers Warehouse. I don't know all the history of what became his favorite charity, but Ron was there all the way. It fit his lifelong commitment to education at all levels. He once considered ministry and would have made a fine one, but his service and ministry was to enhance education and especially public education. Today's program was always one of his favorites. So I joined Rotary, and he often saved me a spot at this table. Yes, that table right there, where Charlotte and Wendell are with other friends. And if I arrived late, he would have saved me a place. I'm not going to describe the rest of the people around that table, but many of them are here. And we discussed everything possibly. And he cared for all of us. That means everyone around the table and everyone in Rotary, locally and internationally. He could have been, and perhaps should have been, elected as a governor of Rotary, but that eluded him. It never worked out for him. But he could also be a critic of this club and other things he saw wrong about community and world. But we need a critic once in a while, don't we? In all things, he was faithful, serving on committees, ringing the bell at Christmas, and anything else Rotary was doing. He was, as I said, the Rotarian's Rotarian, an example to look up to and follow. In this time for reflection, I'll ask you now for a few moments to reflect on his life and example, what we could learn and profit from. I'll end with an amen. So be it. Amen.
Tim, thank you so very much. Ron's memorial service will be held at First Presbyterian Church in Bloomington this Saturday, May the 7th at 2 o'clock. And the family requests memorial contributions be made either to the church or Teacher's Warehouse. Owen Johnson, can you please come forward and introduce our multitude of guests today?
Thank you, President Sally. It is really wonderful to see so many people here today, and many of you are celebrating something you definitely should celebrate. Normally, we ask people to stand when their names are read. What I would like to do today is have you stand in groups. And it will be quite clear. I will not ask the honorees to stand because they will be honored later in the meeting. At one table, Joel and Dee Schneider, the parents of a recipient, and teachers Ted Allenson and Aishat Balogan. Thank you. And Aishat Balogan actually has been a teacher for all four of the honorees today. At another table, the mother, Kwan Nguyen, and the stepfather, Tony Franklin, the parents of one of our recipients, and school counselor, Kathleen Rillo. Is she here yet? Would you please stand? Thank you. And parents Joel and Angie Wong, brother Sean Wong, and teacher Lois DeHoff, would you please stand? And finally, parents Mark and Christine Bueller, teacher Barbara Hawkins, and friend Chet Paulson. Would you please stand? We're also honored today to have a visit from the president-elect of the Rotary Club of Kolkata, India, Raj Agrawal, and his wife Asha Agrawal, and their son Yash Agrawal, who is a Rotaractor and is graduating this weekend. Thank you. We have two people from Rotaract, Mara McClelland and Megan Gearhart. Vivian Bridges is the guest of Jim Bright. Charlie Richardson, thank you. Charlie Richardson is a guest of Jeff Richardson. He's a retired lawyer. And finally, Betta DeWeese is the guest of Leslie Green. We're delighted that all of you are present today. For those who are interested in further information about Rotary, ask the people at your table, and we'd love to have you come back sometime. Thank you.
And Joy Harder, do we have any guests on Zoom today?
Sally, we do not have any guests today on the Zoom.
Oh my gosh, well, we've taken care of that in the room, so.
Yes, indeed.
By the way, someone mentioned to me today, oh, are there people on Zoom more than just a couple every week? Yes, we have about 30 people who join our club on Zoom every week, so we're glad that you're there. As always, I want to thank our tech team, which makes it possible for us to have people on Zoom. And that's Michael Shermis and Alan Barker, our Zoom host, Joy Harder, The roundabout reporter for this month is Bob Salzberg. You may know him as a journalist. Owen Johnson, thank you for introducing our guests. Art Omick was our official greeter today. And Tim Jensen, thank you again for that terrific reflection on the Rotarians, Rotarian Jensen. We have a lot of May birthdays this week. Art Watts on May the 3rd. Judy Schroeder, happy birthday on May the 5th. Joy Harder, May the 6th. Jeff Baldwin, May 7th. And Don Colglazier, May the 9th. Happy birthday to everyone this week. And now, a special event. I would like to invite President-elect Raj Kumar Agrawal to come to the podium, and we're going to do one of those fun Rotarian things called a banner exchange. What I've learned from Raj is that his club is almost as old as ours. It's 102 years old. We're 104. It's the largest club, I believe, in Calcutta. And they have kept the English spelling of Calcutta as part of their Rotary Club name, even though we use the Bengali spelling for the city. So. I believe we have a photo of. Okay, yeah, out of the eyes.
Yeah, can you move next to the podium?
Next to the podium.
Right.
Obey Alan, always obey Alan. Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much.
These are some of the club projects and our capability.
Wow. That is so cool and a really terrific part of Rotary. We are local and global. And now we are able to start our program. And it's my real pleasure to introduce the chair of our scholarships committee to the podium, Amy Osajima. I'm grateful to Amy for taking over midstream this year and for making it a really terrific scholarship year.
Hi, everyone. I'm honored to be here to present this year's Rotary Scholarship winners. As Jim Bright reminded us in this week's email, our club has awarded scholarships annually since 1967 to recognize students who demonstrate academic excellence and outstanding service and leadership in school and in the community. These $1,500 scholarships are only possible because of the support of Rotarians. And I want to particularly thank everyone who contributed to last month's Hyper Happy Dollars and to the members of the scholarship committee, Byron Bangert, Jeff Bradley, Teresa Clare, Marcus Devereaux, Becky Jesmer, Owen Johnson, Scott Shackelford, Hank Walter, and Charlotte Zitlow. I also want to thank the parents and teachers here today to support their students. Now, choosing only 4 from among the qualified and deserving applicants was no easy task, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to introduce them to you today. I don't want to steal their thunder, so I'll keep my comments brief, and then we'll let the scholarship recipients speak for themselves. So first up, we have Isabel Schneider. Isabel is graduating from Bloomington North and plans to attend Ball State in the fall, majoring in clinical nutrition and dietetic exercise science. So come on up, Isabel.
Hi, thank you for coming today. This award is such an honor for me to receive, and I'm beyond grateful for each and every Rotary judge who interviewed me this year for giving me this opportunity. Thank you for your belief in me. As you all just heard, my name is Isabel Schneider. I'm a senior at Bloomington High School North, and I'll be attending Ball State University this upcoming fall term. I look forward to pursuing both art and science in my future, and therefore I plan on co-majoring in clinical nutrition and dietetics and exercise science while also minoring in studio art. Over the course of my high school experience, I joined a plethora of clubs and extracurriculars. Some of my favorite extracurriculars from this list, however, would easily be my sports. I throw discus, which I absolutely love, and I feel so cool about every time I get to tell people that. GEMS Club, which stands for Girls Engineering, Mathematics, and Sciences, which I've been lucky enough to help lead this year, and my school's art club. I'm also part of NHS and NAHS, which is the National Honor Society and National Art Honor Society. But sports and clubs haven't been my only focus over the years. Community service has also been at the forefront of my mind. I have a genuine passion for connecting with people and building up the community that surrounds me. Over the last 4 years, I've put 646 hours towards service, most of which come from my church's mission trips to West Virginia to help rebuild flood-damaged porches and stairs and ramps. This work is as rewarding as it is fun. People down there go above and beyond to help merge us into their tight-knit community, which inspires me each time I go down there to do more in the way of actively reaching out and merging myself into my own community here in Bloomington. Plus, I've been trusted with so many power tools down on those construction sites. Yeah. I mean, how could a project involving a nail gun not be fun and rewarding? I'd regret it if I didn't say at least a small thank you to my two teachers here with me today, Mr. Allenson and Ms. B. I've been fortunate enough with their guidance and numerous recommendations to win invites to symposiums, honorable art mentions from Scholastics, and now this. Thank you both so much for your continuous support, belief, and reassurance. You pushed me to explore interests of mine that I would never have had the courage to explore without your guidance. Thank you to my parents as well. You continue to sacrifice your time and energy for my own betterment and success, and I wouldn't be the student nor the person I am today without your care and concern. The scholarship means so much to my college experience. Thank you to everyone involved for helping to support me on my next path in life. Your generosity and kindness has not gone unnoticed. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabel, and congratulations. Next up, we have Bella Bueller from Bloomington North, who will be attending Indiana University in the fall with a major in neuroscience, after which she plans to go to medical school and become a neurologist. Welcome, Bella.
Hello, everyone. As was said, my name is Bella Bueller, and I'm a senior at Bloomington High School North. I'll make this speech pretty quick, but I'd like to start out with a thank you. Thank you for awarding me and these lovely other three intelligent women with this amazing opportunity. It truly means a lot to be recognized by our community in this way, as it will not only help with the many costs of college, but ultimately pursuing our academic goals and service aspirations. My academic goals and service aspirations are to continue my education and to serve the community here at IU in the fall. I plan to obtain a degree in neuroscience and to pursue medical school to one day become a neurologist. I'm so unbelievably excited for the future, but I definitely owe some respect to the clubs, activities, and services in and out of school that have helped define me as a person. At school, I'm a captain for the girls' swim team and a member of Latin Honor Society, Latin Club, and Technical Honor Society. I'm also an officer for a local HOSA Future Health Professionals chapter at Hoosier Hills Career Center, which this year, along with the help of Ms. Hawkins, we were able to set up a carnival fundraiser to raise money for Be the Match, a nonprofit organization that works to help patients in need of bone marrow transplant to find a matching donor. Outside of school, I service the community through head lifeguarding for B-Town Aquatics and Tri-North Middle School. I'm also a lot senior for Bradford Woods, and I help volunteer around Bloomington in various events such as the Marlin Carnival and local swim meets. I'd also, again, like to thank you all for your time, and I'd like to give a special thanks to my teachers, my friends, and my parents for always supporting me. I sincerely appreciate the scholarship and the meaning behind it. I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Bella, and congratulations. Now I'd like to welcome Caitlin Wong from Bloomington High School North. She will also be staying in Bloomington, where she'll major in molecular life sciences, which she describes as the perfect interdisciplinary intersection between genetics, molecular biology, and chemistry. After graduation, she plans to pursue a PhD in genetics. Welcome, Caitlin.
Hello, everybody. My name is Caitlin Wong, and I am currently a senior at Bloomington High School North. Following my education at Indiana University, I hope to continue my education by obtaining a PhD and to become a genetic researcher to cure genetic disorders and diseases. Besides academics, I'm involved in a few extracurricular activities. I serve as Student Council President, Science Olympiad Team Captain, Book Club Co-President, a GEMS Leader, and NHS Treasurer. This year in Student Council, I restructured our organizational system into committees such that each member has the freedom to develop and implement initiatives they are passionate about. I am proud of the hard work of Student Council members this year in our projects, which include installing free period products in the bathrooms, organizing a monthly teacher appreciation breakfast, and a fundraiser for Ukrainian refugees, among many other projects. But all would not be possible without the continuous support and encouragement from Ms. D. Hoff, the Student Council sponsor, who is here with me today. Thank you, Ms. D. Hoff. I also play the violin outside of school through the Jacob School of Music String Academy. And although I will not be pursuing music as a career, I will definitely still keep it as an important part of my life and continue to be actively involved in musical activities. At IU, I hope to join an orchestra and take part in the Fairview Project, which is an initiative to provide violin lessons to students who might not be able to access them otherwise. Additionally, I'm the outreach coordinator for Bloomington's new chapter of Letters for Rose. This is an organization that sends letters and artwork to members of nursing homes, led by our amazing chapter head, the one and only Annie Tran, who will be speaking right after me. As the outreach coordinator, I reach out to nursing homes and act as the correspondence between volunteers and nursing homes. And now to the Bloomington Rotary Club. I want to express my gratitude and heartfelt appreciation for investing in my future. As one who believes in achieving academic excellence at the highest level, coupled with selfless service to the community, I am so honored to be one of the recipients from an organization that holds these same values. Thank you for empowering me to reach my dreams, and I look forward to stretching the boundaries of my knowledge to the fullest and continuing to grow in abilities and awareness. Thank you so much and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you, Caitlin. Congratulations. And last, but certainly not least, and I'm so grateful to Caitlin for calling attention to her fellow student, Annie Tran. who will graduate from Bloomington North and attend Indiana University, majoring in human biology and possibly adding a double major in psychology. Come on up, Annie. This is our final scholarship recipient for the day. Let's see if we can see you. There we go. Okay, thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Annie Tran, and I'm very honored to be receiving the scholarship. Here's a little background about myself. So in 5th grade, I moved to the United States from Vietnam. Moving to a country where I don't speak the language is by far the hardest thing I've ever had to experience. Although school was challenging because of this, there were definitely some perks that came with it. For example, I didn't have to take the English portion of ISTEP, which was really nice. And in 6th grade, I decided to go out of my comfort zone and compete in a school spelling bee. My goal was to make the top 10, but I exceeded that goal and surprised myself by winning. My mom was very proud of me because she knew English was the biggest barrier for me in school. That memorable event is what pushed me to exceed my parents' expectations later in my high school career. I promised myself I would not let fear or discomfort get in the way of doing good things for myself and for my community. So, toward the end of my sophomore year, while in quarantine, I knew many people would struggle mentally because they were isolated from their friends and relatives. So, because of this, I joined 7 Cups, an organization that provides life support for people who are going through mental struggles. I would stay up really late between 12 to 2 a.m. and support people who needed someone to talk to. I'm exposing myself here, but all those times when my parents thought I was sound asleep, I really wasn't. The people online open up to me as if I was their very best friend. When they tell me that I've helped them feel better, it makes me extremely happy. So because I'm an advocate for mental health, during my junior year, Caitlin, the awesome girl over there, and I prepared for a virtual mental health forum. We reached out to mental health specialists and formulated questions to ask them during the event. The forum was a success because a lot of teachers projected in their classrooms, and there were many online students that joined as well. Another activity that means a lot to me is Letters for Rose, like Caitlin mentioned earlier. During lockdown, I began thinking of local nursing home residents feeling isolated, so I took the initiative to establish a chapter of Letters for Rose in Bloomington. It is an organization that gathers volunteers who write letters with the goal to brighten the residents' day and reduce the loneliness that they face. So thank you, Caitlin, for helping me with that. And lastly, volunteering for the Buddha Blessed Temple is another one of my most rewarding experiences. I tutor Vietnamese American students and teach English to people living in Vietnam who have limited English skills through Zoom. My passion is making an impact on other people's lives, so this activity provides the opportunity to help students academically. And teaching people English means a lot to me because I struggle with it myself. So I want to help other Vietnamese students have a better experience and know that they are not alone in this journey. For my future, I plan to attend Indiana University and major in human biology and possibly double majoring with psychology. Currently, I am an intern at IU Psychology Lab, studying how children solve math equivalent problems and coding different types of equations from student textbooks. At IU, I will also take prerequisite courses that will prepare me for physician assistant school. I want my future career to positively affect people, and I've always enjoyed how physicians communicate and connect with me, and I look forward to having the same impact on my future patients. Thank you so much to the Rotary Scholarship Committee for believing in me and investing in my future. I hope you all have a great rest of your day.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to invite all of the scholarship recipients to come back up here. Oh, thanks. Yeah. And I'd like to open the floor for questions. Anybody has questions for? Questions? Nobody? Okay, then how about we take? Oh, we do have one. Okay, right in front of you.
Hi. So Andy, you talked a little bit about the effect of the pandemic on your education. I wonder if we could hear from some of the others of you about what it's been like graduating in 2022 when you've been a part of this public health crisis since what, your sophomore year? Yeah.
Yeah, go on up to the,
Oh, I thought she was asking.
that question.
Were you asking me or?
Anyone.
Oh.
Or all of you.
Or all of you.
I'll answer.
Go ahead.
For me, it was definitely difficult, but I learned to adapt to online learning pretty well. And I honestly like the structure because like I was able to go with my own pace. Like, I could get ahead, or like if I don't understand something, I could go back and watch like the pre-recorded videos. But I know a lot of people struggle mentally. That's why Caitlin and I hosted that mental health forum. And after that event, we also made a presentation that put in like resources to help and like talk about how to like stay motivated during the pandemic.
Yeah, it was really difficult. I was not a fan of a lot of the online learning. It was a difficult experience. You have to be able to hold yourself accountable a lot more. There's a lot more responsibility on yourself. But I did see some good come of it as well. Their students were a lot more apt to help each other on assignments, and I think there's been a lot more transparency with like mental health stuff before this pandemic kind of took off. You barely ever heard students, or at least I barely ever heard students talk honestly amongst themselves about what they were going through mentally. But since facing the pandemic, people are very honest about how they're feeling, and I feel like we're much more apt to ask for help on assignments or just in general asking for help if you need someone to talk to.
Yeah, definitely. The effects of COVID were instrumental, especially on families and social relationships. But I feel like with the bad side of COVID, there's also a positive side. As things are starting to open up again, I feel like people are starting to take advantage of opportunities with loved ones and opportunities and clubs and activities. And I feel like people have really come to grow closer together because of it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with what Bella, Isabel, and Annie said. And personally, at the beginning when we were online, I really struggled with keeping up with schoolwork and keeping a structure. But I, like the others, after I reflect on everything that we've been through, definitely I have learned a lot about myself and about how to learn effectively online. For instance, I truly learned the power of asking others for help. That asking others is not a bad thing at all. Whether it means reaching out to your teachers or out to your peers, they can be an amazing support to you. And also, when we were online, it was also about the time that we were about to transition into searching for colleges, applying for colleges. And we honestly felt a little bit alone in that process because we were all isolated and alone in our bedrooms. And so something else that Annie and I did is we hosted a college prep and careers forum and created sort of a pamphlet and Google Slides about the processes on how to apply for college and how to go through that so we wouldn't be alone.
I don't know whether it's fair that since I was a member of the scholarship committee and all of you could ask you questions. But I thought since your teachers are here, what is it in your mind, based on your experience, that makes a good teacher?
Who wants to field that one? Be brave.
I believe that like being a supportive and caring teacher is very important, and it's like a really important trait that a teacher should have. Like Miss Dehoff, she has been supporting me like throughout like my junior and senior year, and I'm so grateful for her. Thank you.
I guess I've had a lot of teachers over the years that talked to me in a very stiff manner, and when I walked into the classroom, it was very textbook and very rigid. But the teachers, especially that I brought here with me today, were unlike any of those that I've had in the past. They're very transparent and honest with me and talked to me as if I were one of their own kids. When they made a mistake, they were very apt to own up to it and to explain not only that they were wrong, but why they were wrong. It taught me ownership and responsibility and accountability. And they joked around with me too. I think a great quality, not only in teachers, but just in general, is the ability to have humor and to turn at times very challenging, frustrating, or even hard material into something that's very light and even fun. Yeah, it makes learning a lot more easier, and it makes it a process that's legitimately enjoyable. So yeah, I appreciate your humor and honesty with me.
Okay, we have a question on Zoom. What is the most exciting thing that you're looking forward to in your future?
Amazing question. Definitely the opportunities. There's so many fun things are coming out from high school. Our world is opening up. We're having so many more things that we can do, so many more opportunities. I feel like I forgot the question. Sorry. Oh, yes. Definitely more service. With COVID, a lot of things were closed down and we didn't get to go out as much. But bringing back to the community definitely would be what I'm most excited for.
Would you also like me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and like Bella, I'm also really excited for opportunities in our futures. I guess specifically for me, I am looking forward to joining a variety of other extracurriculars at Indiana University. For example, I've heard of the I Can Persist STEM initiative, which Ms. B is involved with. And that is to support and encourage women, minorities who are interested in pursuing a STEM career and to support them along the way. I'm also interested in joining the Crimson Core, which is a support network where peers and students at IU can support other peers through mental health crisis and also through other struggles that they're going through.
First of all, thank you all for being you. You give us hope for the future. And at last week's meeting, one of our judges, Charlotte Zedlow, shared with us that she's been a judge for a number of years. But she shared with us that in recent years, she would ask the question, what concerns you the most? And in previous years, it was the environment, climate, those kinds of things. This year, she said, from many of the contestants she heard, it was something else. It was the divisiveness, the division in our country and in our world. And I wondered if any one of you or all of you might care to comment on that.
Yes, I vividly remember being asked that question at my interview, so this is kind of like deja vu. I talked about what concerns me is the divisiveness that we face here in society. And it's not just about like being divided like by race or by like political background. It's just that I feel that there's a gulf that is widening between society. And I would really love to see that divide close. Would you like me to elaborate on what else I talked about in that? Yeah. And so something else I talked about in that interview is an idea I had perhaps at IU or maybe at other places going to the future, maybe holding a forum or a meeting or a session over food where people from different backgrounds can come together and just talk. Doesn't have to be about politics or about anything divisive, but just to learn that we're all human, we're all the same people. And I hope that over conversation and getting to really know each other, that we can find that we can maybe close that divide and learn that we're not that different from each other.
Thank you all. Today is election day. I'd like to know what you think of your responsibilities as a citizen, because you are our future.
Sorry, could you repeat the question one more time?
I'd like you to talk about your idea of the responsibility of citizenship. This is an election day, and you're our future. You're our, and we want to know what you're looking to make it.
Yeah, well, for me, citizenship means like being a part of a community and giving back to the community. Because in Bloomington, I feel like I've gotten a lot of help from like my teachers and like from other organizations outside of school. And so I just feel like being a citizen means I should hold that accountable and like give back to the community. And also, sadly, I didn't register in time, so I didn't get to vote. But I will for sure register next time there's an election.
Yeah, just as Annie had just said, being able to be actively a part of your community is something that's really important as citizens. And that's not just in terms of interacting nicely with people that are part of your community, but in terms of actively going out and voting or talk about community service, being able to put yourself out there and connect with other people. I just turned 18, so I am now legally able to vote, which is very exciting for me. And now I get to do a lot more reading about who I'm going to vote for and being aware of what's going on in your community is also very important. And not just going out and voting, but understanding who you're voting for and why you're doing so. It's very important.
This question is pretty meaningful to me because today is the first day that I got to vote. As you can see right here. Thank you. And as I've told a few of you, it's also a special day for me because it's the first time anybody in my family has voted. And so that's very special to me. Like what Isabel said, to me, being a citizen means to be aware of issues, to be aware of what's going on in your community. And to be able to vote and to be a citizen is something that's really, really significant. And something that I feel that some of us may take for granted for sometimes. Not everybody got a chance to vote and not everybody has a chance to be a citizen. And so to me, I want to take advantage of this and to be able to truly value what it means and to take part in my community and to also be aware of what's going on.
So how about a final round of applause for our 4 recipients? Thank you so much. I've always said that this is the most inspiring Rotary meeting that we'll have every year, and this year has not failed to meet that. So y'all can be seated. We're going to end our meeting now. Next week, we will have Eric Spoonmore from the Chamber of Commerce speaking about better business, better community. Government and business synergy lead to best community outcomes. So with that, let us stand and share the four-way test together as we leave for our week. Of the things we think, say, or do, first, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? And fifth, is it fun